Alliance, what is going on? This is John Soriano coming to you guys live, going over today's topic, which is going to cover how to give a Vemma FlipBook presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and give it about 2 more minutes. So in about 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and really kick off this webinar. I'm going to kind of wait for some more viewers to, hop on board. So 2 minutes, guys. Get your teams on this. It's going to be very brief, very short, 15 minutes tops, 15, 20 minutes tops, really, on how to give a Vemma FlipBook presentation, guys. So 2 minutes, I will be back, and we will kick off this training. Lions, what's going on? So 1 more minute, guys, 1 more minute, and we're going to head and kick off this webinar. It's going to be very brief, 15, 20 minutes tops, guys. I'm going to make this very short. I know we got things to do. So in about 60 seconds, we're going to kick it off. I'm just going to wait for some more people to, hop on board that, maybe are just getting on right now. So in about 15 minutes, guys, in 1 minute, a little under a minute, we're going to kick this off. Talk to you guys soon. Alliance, what is going on? John Serrano. So we're going to go ahead and kick this off right now, guys. I'll make this very short. Like I said, about 15, 20 minutes tops, to be honest. So what we're going to really cover in today's webinar is really how to give a Vemma FlipBook presentation. Because one thing you have to understand in this business, it's whoever tells the story the most, right? That's what Brad Alkazin, 7-figure earner in this company has always told us. He said, whoever can tell the story the most will win, right? So whoever can tell it, 5 times, 20 times, 30 times a day, whatever the case is, will be able to do it. So the Vemma FlipBook is really one way that you can tell a story, right? Because you can tell a story in multiple ways, whether it's a PBR, a one-on-one, a phone call with an upline, or a flip book. Now, the reason I personally love the flip book a lot is because it really addresses everything. You really don't miss anything. Because sometimes when you're telling the story, you know, through a one-on-one, or like even a PBR or whatever, you know, sometimes when you're done telling the story, you really think back and you're like, oh, you know, I forgot to mention this, or I forgot to say this. You know, the flip book is really a great way to tell the whole story and not really miss any details, because you really got to understand that it's more or less, it's a blueprint. Okay, so you know, if you're really taking notes, you know, I'm going to kind of cover some key points that I know is going to help you. So you know, understand that the flip book is it's like a blueprint. Okay, it's really a blueprint to really guide you in how to say it. And you have to understand that in this business, it's not really so much what you can do, it's what duplicates. Okay, so understand that there may be some people out there who may be excellent presenters, right? They might be like, oh, I don't need a flip book. Oh, I can do it on my own, right? I'm just so good at speaking, right? But that's not what matters, guys. You have to understand that what matters is what duplicates, okay? And guess what? The Vemma flip book duplicates, because it's all there for us, right? All the information is there for us. We just briefly talk about it, and what it can really do for, you know, that prospect in front of you. So I just really want to emphasize why the flip book can be so important. You know, even if you don't like using it, you know, because I know there's some people out there that, you know, don't really like using the flip book. But you have to understand that it's what duplicates, guys. So even someone who's maybe shy, doesn't really know what to say, or doesn't really know much about the company itself, the flip book can be something that can be duplicatable in literally one day or a couple days. They can really learn how to give a presentation like that, because in the flip book it tells us pretty much what to say, guys. So just really want to emphasize the fact that it's a blueprint, and you know, it's also corporate approved. Understand that we really can't, you know, we can be making claims out there and whatnot, but the flip book obviously is approved by corporate. So really anything that's in there, we're allowed to say. So you don't really have to worry about saying something that maybe you're like, oh, you know what, maybe we shouldn't have said that, or we weren't allowed to say that. And, you know, so the main thing that the flip book's really going to do is going to really answer all your prospects' questions, because understand that they all have these questions in their minds, and they may not even ask you. They may not even tell you, because maybe they're ashamed, or maybe they don't want to ask, or maybe they're just like, I don't know, they're scared what the answer is going to be. So really understand the flip book's going to answer some of the questions. So to really give you guys some of the questions that your prospects are really going to have, you know, understand that flip book's going to cover all these. So some of the questions that, you know, maybe even you had, you know, before you got started was, you know, what is the market potential, right, for what we have in front of us? Okay, understand that they're literally asking, what is the market potential? Because if I came up to you and I told you, hey, we're going to go in direct sales for cassette players, you will look at me crazy, because you understand that the market potential for that is very low. Now, the market potential for what we have is very high. Why? Because 3 out of 4 Americans are overweight. 90% of them suffer from nutrient deficiencies. Now, where did I get those facts from? The flip book, guys. In the flip book, when you state those facts, you are literally saying to your prospect, hey, there's obviously a big potential for what we have, because you really have to make them believe that what we have is needed. Because if you start any business, this is just regular business 101, there's 2 questions you want to ask yourself. Number 1, is there a need for what we have, right? Is there a need for what we have? Yes, because obesity is on the rise. You know, nutrient deficiency on the rise. And then the second question is, does our product or service fulfill that need? Does Vemma fulfill our need? Obviously it does, right? I mean, it reduces inflammation, it boosts the immune system, so obviously there's a need for it. So understand that your prospect, when you're given this fluid presentation, one of the questions they might have is there a market potential for this? Obviously there is, okay? Another question they might be having is, well, are they even interested in the business? Are they even interested in the products at all? Right? Well, when you go through the FlipBook presentation, in there, you know, there's actually a slide. I'm actually gonna go ahead and share the slides here. So, like I was saying, you know, understand that, you know, your prospect is asking. I don't know what's going on here. All right. Understand that your prospect is really asking you, you know, is there a need for what we have? And I can't find it here. Is this it? Okay, so you know, if you go to VemmaFlipBook.com, which by the way, that's where you can find the virtual one, Vemma Flipbook. Also, if you don't know, there was a new one updated since convention. If you have the old one, right? But when you're going through here and and your prospects are asking, well, you know, am I even interested in the products to begin with? You know, when you really get to this slide, you really give them proof and credibility that, these products are just top of the line, right? When you go through here, right here it tells you what mangosteen is. Right here, it tells you that's the official drink of the Phoenix Suns. So you're really able to, show your prospect that these products are phenomenal. Because your prospects, if you're trying to say this to them verbally without any pictures or whatever, they may not believe you as much if you show them this, right? So right here, you really see the clinical studies, and then the next one, you really see body, you see Kristen Honey Powell, you see transformation stories. So, all these slides really help answer that question, right? Am I even interested in the products to begin with, right? When they go through here, they're definitely gonna be interested whether they want to lose weight, gain muscle, right? Maybe they want to reduce their inflammation. So the clinical studies really was going to answer that for them. Maybe they just want healthy energy. Maybe they work a lot and they drink a lot of Red Bulls. So there's going to show them that, wow, Verve really is a healthy alternative, right? So it really addresses that one question. Am I even interested in the business or the products, right? I'm sorry. Am I even interested in the products? You show them this, guys, they see all the products, and then you also don't miss anything. Because understand, like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, the FlipBook is really a great way that you can go from A to Z through the whole story. Remember, in an enrollment process, it's you tell the story, you enroll, and then you get into action, right? So that's really the whole process of enrollments. Tell the story, then enroll, then give them an action plan. Right, so when you're going through this, you're really answering that one question, okay? Now, the third question that a prospect might have is, can I even do this, okay? Ask yourself, when you first start doing this business, that's what you said to yourself. You know what, can I even do this? If you're someone that's maybe not that social or maybe doesn't have that great of speaking skills, and then I'm talking to you verbally, and I'm giving you all this information, I'm throwing all these statistics, all these facts, all these ingredients out there. In my mind, I'm like, wow, I can't do this because this guy knows what he's doing. There's no way I can memorize this, right? So understand, though, that if you give them a FlipBook presentation and then they see that, wow, all he's doing is just going from slide to slide to slide to slide and just really edifying each slide, that prospect in their mind, they're like, you know what, I can do this. I can read from a slide. I can do that. So remember, because it's what duplicates, guys. It's not what you can do, but it's what duplicates, okay? Given a FlipBook presentation is duplicatable. So to really answer that third question, can I do this? When you just really go through this, you're showing your prospect that yes, you can do this. All you gotta do is go to flipbook.com, vemmaflipbook.com, and then they can do this. Now the next question, so the fourth question that a prospect might have is, what are the tools and trainings really in place to help us do that, right? So, when you go here, you really show them like, well, they get their own state-of-the-art website, and then they also get their own app, right? So you really show them that right off the bat on the business side, they have support. They get their own website, they get their own app. And then, you also throw in there the Vemma FlipBook. You throw in there the 2-and-Go plan. You throw in there the Vemma Packs at a Glance, which you can get from vemmagear.com, by the way. But your prospects are asking themselves, well, what kind of support am I going to be receiving, right? So really, when you go through here, guys, you really show them the support. You show them, the 2-and-Go plan, and then you show them the Vemma at a Glance packet brochures. So understand that when you go through this, your prospects will see that, wow, you know what, I actually will have support. I will have trainings. I will have tools really that are guided there to help me succeed in this business. And then, really the last question that a prospect might have is, how do I get into profit mode? Okay, so they're always asking, okay, cool, well, how do I get paid, right? Well, what do I do? If you verbally try to explain the 2-and-Go plan, I'm telling you, it's a lot more difficult to verbally explain it through a phone call or whatever, or in person, or even draw it out. Even if you draw it out, it can get a little confusing for some prospects. I know when, well, this is before the 2-and-Go, but I know when, the whole cycle thing was drawn out for me, I was confused. I was like, I don't know. It took me like 3 days to really understand how the whole cycle thing worked. So really, when you go through this part of the FlipBook, guys, and, you really show them how to get paid your first week, you really show them, hey, you do this, right here. This is what I always say. You do this, you get paid this. And then I ask them right away, can you do this? And they go, yeah. And what I usually say is, okay, right now, can you think of 2 people that want to improve themselves financially? And I go, an extra paycheck a month. I'm not even talking, Brad Alkazin money. I'm talking about just an extra paycheck a month. Can you think of 2 people that would like that? Let your prospects say yes. They'll be like, everyone's going to say yes. Cool. Do you know 2 people that want to lose weight? Let them say yes. Do you know 2 people that want to gain muscle? Let them say yes. Do you know 2 people that want to travel more? Let them say yes. Do you know 2 people that want more time freedom? Let them say yes. Do you know 2 people that maybe want to retire their parents or maybe want to provide for their family? Let them say yes. The list can go on and on and on, guys, right? What I'm doing here is I'm just asking them if they know 2 people that have whatever need that, I'm really asking them about, okay? And then let them say yes, because when they say yes, that's really making them turn their wheels in their head. They're like, you know what? Wow, I do know 2 people. Like, yeah, I can definitely do this. And then I ask again, okay, awesome. Well, if we help you find 2 people in any of those areas, you do this, you get paid that. And then I ask them, can you do this? Every single time, 100% of the times, they will go yes. I've never had a person say no. I can find 2 people that want to lose weight, want to gain muscle, want more time freedom, want an extra paycheck, want to retire their parents. The list goes on and on and on. I've never had 2 people that have said no. So you show them this, and then that really that gets them going. They're like, wow, you know what? Like, yeah, actually, I can see myself finding 2 people. And then you really go through the rest, and then all I say is, hey, we're going to duplicate exactly what we did with your guys, right? I'm going to ask them, do they know 2 people? They're going to say yes, right? We're going to help them find 2 people. And then I say again, you do this, you get paid this. And then I ask, can you do this? Let them say yes. They're like, yeah, I can do that. Awesome. You do this, you get paid this. I literally keep saying that like 3 to 4 times. So you do this, you get paid this, right? And then the last step, guys, honestly, very simple. Same thing, duplication. Awesome. We're going to help those 4 new guys do the same thing, and then we're going to help you find 2 more people, and then you do all this in your first 60 days, you get paid this, okay? And then, that really, guys, by them visually seeing it as opposed to you verbally saying it, it really just lets them see like, wow, you know what, this is pretty simple, guys. So, that last question, which is I think is most important, which is what I really think most people are asking themselves is, well, how do I get paid? How does this really work? When you really go through here, guys, it really shows them at a glance how they can get paid. Now, you can show them the Vemma Tune Go compensation video. You can also do that. But, this is also easy. This gets the point across. It's pretty simple. Hey, find 2, then they find 2, then those find 2, you find 2 more. In your first 60 days, you earn $1,700, guys. So, to really kind of, wrap this up, but understand that whenever you get with a prospect, all these questions in their mind that they may or may not ask you, okay? Understand that they may or may not ask you, guys. I'm trying to go back here. What is that? Understand that they're really asking questions that they may not ask. I'm sorry, they may have questions in their mind that they may not ask you, okay? So you may go through a whole presentation and you say, well, do you have any questions? And then they may not ask, right? So it's really important that we cover any questions they may have from A to Z. And those really, I really covered 5 important questions that a prospect may have. And like I said, that's number 1. Is there a market potential for what we have? That is just straight business 101. That is not even affiliate marketing. That's not MLM. That's not what we have. That is just straight business 101. If you want to start your own startup company right now, the first question you can ask yourself is there a market potential for this? Like I said earlier, if I came up to you and I said, hey, let's go in business for cassette players, you would be like, nope, no way, Jose, because you understand that there is 0 potential for that, right? That was maybe back in the 90s. So they're asking, is there market potential? The FlipBook in the very beginning covers that, right? That's why it throws those statistics in there, the financial and the health side, because it lets them know, whether they realize it or not, that, wow, you know what, there actually is a need for what we have, right? So that's the first question. The second one is, are they even interested in the products? Okay. Before you even give a presentation, or I'm sorry, a FlipBook presentation, they should have already, at least tried the products. But at least when you go through the FlipBook, you're going to show them the credibility behind the products. Because like I said, they're asking themselves, well, am I even interested? Well, when you show them the Phoenix Suns, when you show them the clinical studies, when you show them Chris and Hadi Powell, when you show them the transformation stories on body, right? When you show them, that's the clinical studies, I think I did. But, when you really show them that, guys, it's going to raise their belief just in the products alone, right? Because if at the end of the day, they're like, you know what, this is awesome, but the business is not for me, maybe because of timing, right? Maybe they have a lot going on, so they just can't do it. They'll at least be like, you know what, but the products sound amazing. Let me at least just be a customer, okay? Because when you show them all that, they're going to be like, you know what, these products are at least worth trying out, and then at least you'll get a customer out of it, right? Because if unleashed, because you always want to shoot for affiliate first. If you can't get affiliate, then cool, get a customer, right? Because at the end of the day, everybody would love to be a customer, really, in our organization. The third question I covered is, can I do this? Okay, they're asking themselves, can I do this? But you simply just giving them a presentation, a flipbook presentation, you're showing them that they can do this, because all you're doing is just literally reading from the slides, and then you're adding your 2 cents in there, right? Maybe, saying a few things, don't drag it on and, like make each slide like 10 minutes long, say a few things, add your own 2 cents. And then, that's really going to help you. So like I said, understand they're asking themselves, can I even do this? Because they're not going to ask you, because that's more of a pride thing. They're not going to say like, oh, I can't do this, right? Because then that's kind of like, that's like I said, that's a pride thing, right? No one's going to say, oh, I don't want to sign up because I can't do this. They'll probably give you a different excuse, like I don't have time, I don't have money. But in reality, it's because you were so good, if you did this verbally, that they're like, there's no way I can be as good as him. So instead of saying like, no, you know what, I don't think I'm good enough for this, they're going to be like, oh, you know what, I don't have time, I don't have money. They're going to give those a different excuse, right? So understand that you really want to make this simple for the new guy to really show them like, yes, I can do this. And then the fourth question is, what are the tools and training? Okay, the flipbook shows us that, right? The flipbook shows us, you get your own website, you get your own state-of-the-art app. You also get, you can also use a Vemma flipbook. You can get, these things, like the Vemma at a glance packets, right, which really covers the different ways to get started and also covers the different products in the back. If you don't have one of these, by the way, get one. You can find them at vemmagear.com, right? And then, it shows them 2 and go as well, which kind of wraps into the last question, which they're asking themselves, which is, how do I earn money? Understand that every prospect is asking themselves that same question. Well, cool, this is awesome, but how do I get into profit mode? Okay, understand profit, right? Profit means that you've made your initial investment back. So someone gets started with an affiliate pack. Well, guess what? They've invested $600 into their future. Now they're asking themselves, well, cool, how do I get into profit mode? Now they're not into profit mode until they've earned that money back. Now they can get into profit mode by doing what the 2 and go says to do in their first 30 days, which is, you get 2 and then they get 2. Guess what? You've made $650. You've earned your initial investment back. Once they earn that back, they're happy. You're happy. You give them a belief check, which, Jed Benelou talks about. You want to give them a belief check as soon as possible, right? So that's the question they're asking. How can I get in profit mode? And when you go through the flip book, when you go through that 2 and go, it's really showing them how they can do it, guys. So I'm gonna just go through this one more time really quick. The 5 questions they're asking themselves, guys, is market potential. Is there a market potential, right? Are they even interested in the products? Can I do this? What are the tools and trainings? And then how do I get into profit mode, right? Those are the 5 questions that I'm telling you, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times a prospect is asking themselves while you're doing this. And understand that the flipbook is a great way to go from A to Z to make sure you don't miss anything. Because you might, even if you verbally say it, you might miss something. You might be like, you know what, I forgot to talk about the clinical studies. I forgot to talk about Chris and Hyde Powell. I forgot to talk about Burv, the official drinks of the Phoenix Suns. I forgot to talk about the 2 and go. I forgot to talk about, the need for health improvement or the need for financial improvement, right? Because I know that's happened to me before. I give a presentation and then like after I'm done, like, you know what? I didn't even talk about Chris and Hyde Powell at all. And you never know. Maybe you talking about Chris and Hyde Powell would have been that one thing that really raised their belief, because you don't know this, but maybe they're big fans of Chris and Hyde Powell, right? Maybe they watched The Biggest Loser, and then as soon as you mention that, they're like, oh wow, what? Chris and Hyde Powell on this? Oh, I'm on board, right? So really understand that, like I said, the flipbook is just a great way to go from A to Z, so you don't really miss out on anything, guys. So that's really it, guys. And then if you really, this is more advanced. But a great tool that I just found out about a couple days ago, if you're writing this down, write flipbookditto.com. Look at the actual video that BK and Ruth Elliott did on vemanews.com. It's actually a more advanced way to give a flipbook presentation. It's actually really, I'm not going to lie, it's really cool. I'm actually going to try it for myself. The reason I didn't really talk about it too much in this one is because I haven't done it yet, and I don't want to really talk about something that I haven't done yet. But flipbookditto.com, it's a virtual way to give a flipbook presentation. I'm telling you, it's actually pretty badass. I'm not going to lie. I saw the video, and it looks really promising. I'm going to try it out. for like in the next month, like throughout the next month. I'm gonna see how effective it is, and then really I'm gonna also pass on to you guys how well it was, guys. So that's it, guys. You know, thanks for hopping on this webinar, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Go out there, grind, hustle, you know, do whatever it takes, guys. And then one last note is, you know, have accountability for your business, guys. Understand that this is your business. You know, all we can do is really mentor and teach you, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to do what it takes to be successful in this business, guys. So, you know, go out there, grind, do whatever it takes. Make sure you're showing up to the events. Make sure you're doing the trainings. Make sure you're reading the books, and just make sure you know, hitting that list hard every single day, guys. So take care, God bless, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.